Hey, you guys are in for a special treat today. Well, why is that? Well, we're going to be talking with my property manager friend, and he's going to talk about different aspects of renting, whether you're the rentee or the rentor. What does all that mean? You have to stick around and find out next. Come on. Treasure Valley Dave here, and like I promised, we have a great expert with us, and he's going to be answering some of the questions that you've been asking. And I think we should probably get right to that. But before we do, remember, if you like this video, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and that really does help us out a lot. So without further ado, Jay, how you doing?
I'm good, Dave. How are you doing?
Great. Well, thanks for having lunch with us today.
Of course.
And you've got a property management company, right?
Yes, we do full service property management and tenant placement throughout the Treasure Valley and other parts in Idaho.
Well, so with property management, there's two questions I hear pretty frequently, and that is, one, I need to come up to Idaho and I'm not ready to buy yet. I don't know if it's I need to get a job, or I'm not sure what area to live in, and I want to rent someplace, maybe for a year, maybe for 3 months. What kind of, what does that look like? Can you give me some scenarios?
Oh, absolutely. We have quite a few clients that end up wanting to move here down the road, but they want to go ahead and lock in that interest rate before it goes up. They want to go ahead and lock in that price before they go any higher. So we actually can, if that individual buys a property, we can rent that out for them during the time period they're not going to be here, so they have their payment covered and hopefully some cash flow until it's time for them to make their move to Idaho.
If you're coming up here, are rents so incredibly high that they should make an extra effort to buy, or does it make sense to rent out for 3 months?
I would think it would make more sense to buy and rent it out. With everything we're seeing in the last 5 years, imagine if you had bought a couple houses a couple years ago, even if you weren't going to live in them. I know for us personally and my team, we're trying to grab up as much real estate as we can right now because we really believe it's going to keep going. So I would advise everyone else to do the same.
So somewhat along those same lines, I'm back in that one state that we never talked about, and I've got a couple years to retirement. I've got a little bit of money in the bank. Does it make any sense to come up and buy a house now and have a professional property manager take care of it, and I rent it out, and then I move up when I get retired?
I would say that definitely makes sense if you're definitely planning on moving here, because we don't know how high the rates are going to be or what the prices are going to be in 2 years. I don't think we're going to see them go backwards. So now's the time.
But I've just bought this asset, and it's a really nice house. How am I going to be sure that it's not going to get tore up by the tenants?
So the first step to that is screening the tenant properly. If you put them in there and they suck, then you have to get them out. No one's having fun, no one's making money. We do a very thorough, extensive tenant screening before we even allow them to go into the property. And then we also do a various amount of inspections throughout their tenancy, to include monthly drive-by inspections and semi-annual interior walkthroughs.
So it sounds like the chances of you getting a dud in the house is going to be pretty minimal.
We've mitigated that chance as much as we can because we don't like dealing with it.
Exactly. You take care of it before it becomes a problem.
That's correct.
In the Treasure Valley, we got Boise over at the one end, and we have kind of the more smaller towns, Caldwell, for instance, and Nampa. Where should I be looking to buy a rental? I mean, are rents only strong in Boise, or is it pretty much anywhere?
Rents are strong across everywhere right now, especially correlatively to the price. So it just depends on the deal, it depends on the area. We have a tool on our website for helping you analyze rents on the fly if you're interested in a property and you want to know if that rent price makes sense for what they're asking. Boise, Meridian, Nampa, Caldwell, super hot, super easy to get tenants. Cuna's up and coming, that may be another place to look in. But I think definitely any of those towns in the Treasure Valley are going to be a good buy. You just want to make sure that you're going to get the rent lines up with the rental price to make sure you're going to cash flow.
Is this a good time to come up and buy single-family homes as an investment tool, or have I missed the boat and prices are too high, or what do you think?
I would say you did not miss the boat because the rent is still there, and over time your principal balance will drop with the payments that the tenants are making. I think we'll see more appreciation here as more things unfold politically and with the other housing market stuff going on through the nation. So I think now would be the time to purchase.
What other things can you tell me, if I forgot any questions I should be asking on this subject?
Not much I can think of. We'd be happy to do individual property management consults for people if they want to reach out to us. Our website's 208housespm.com. for more specific questions. But I think that covers everything in general.
We'll go ahead and put that link in the description down below, so you can go ahead and click on that and check it out. So Jay can talk with you about buying a rental up here. He can find out if it makes sense dollar-wise. He can give you an idea of what that house would rent for. So I think we can find out all the answers to the questions before you pull the trigger, and so you can make a great decision and kind of be very comfortable in that you've made a good decision. So Jay, I know you've hit the very major important points, but can you tell me I don't know, some particular story, because I want to know. I know there's scary things out there for landlords and for investors. Tell me something that happened and how it worked out.
Of course. So we actually run a couple different programs that, say, a mom and pop property manager or other property managers don't run. We do a utility reduction program where we have your HVAC service twice a year. That includes discounts as any maintenance needs to be done. Because one of the biggest surprises we've seen in expense is when an HVAC unit goes down, and it could have been prevented with preventative maintenance. We also do a pest control program that the tenant actually pays for to make sure that you don't end up with a bill for $250 trying to remove mice when it might not even be anything you did as the owner. Additionally, there's 3 types of insurances. Most people know about the homeowner insurance. Then you got your renter's insurance. We make them carry a third insurance through us called Tenants and Landlord Liability insurance. And just recently we had an owner, their insurance policy got messed up, and he was unaware of this until his tenant slipped in the shower and took the handle down with her and caused an insurance claim with the house being flooded. And his insurance, he's still fighting with them on because he has multiple properties. He sent the payment in, they applied it to the wrong policy. But regardless, our policy stepped in and took care of it. $8,500, no deductible, just cut a check and put the property back together, and the homeowner didn't lose a dime. So those policies and programs in place are very important to successful property management of your asset.
And that might be something you wouldn't even think to ask about. So yeah, thanks for sharing that, Jay.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been a great episode, and if you liked it, go ahead and share, like, and subscribe. Give me a call if you're thinking about maybe buying a house up here as an investor, or you're going to move in a couple years, or maybe you just need to rent someplace for a little bit when you first get up here. Let me know. All of the Treasure Valley Dave team, Steven, Marine, me, we've all made that relocation trip, and we've got answers to questions that you may not even know you had questions yet. So give us a call, text, email, whatever. Share, like, and subscribe. And until next time, this is Treasure Valley Dave, looking forward to helping you get home